Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today I am not really steering the ship. I'm just here to welcome you guys. Welcome to welcome to season 3, episode 9. And we are super excited. We have a guest today. We haven't had a guest. Well, Felix was we haven't had a guest in a while. We haven't had a guest in a while. So we are excited. It is Damzy here. I will jump over to Mark.
The CountMarkula in the building, season 3, episode 9, like she said. And the other day we were on 10 years of the tribe. So in spirit of milestones,
Of anniversaries.
the guest for the day, the man to my right, the one who knows.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad it's you. I'm so glad it's Mark who gets to say my guest to the right, because that would have been science for me. But the guest in the middle.
Yes.
I'm on your left.
Okay, cool. Yes. So the guest to the left.
Yes, it's Navio.
Yes.
Navio needs no introduction, but Mark is going to introduce him
anyway. I know 20 years of Navio, we've had everything from the days as a prominent and serious member of Klear Kut, the rap group that we all grew up loving and enjoying, into a solo career that, 6 albums.
Yes.
Man, be easy. What would
Do
we also
not
do
be
when
easy.
we start? Actually, don't be. 6 whole albums that Navio has given us. Most award-winning hip-hop act in East Africa.
Yes.
That's super dope.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Performed in over 35 countries. So, hey, Billboard Nav is international Nav also.
You know what I mean? So they tell me.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him in collectives like the 1-8, which had Fali, Ali Kiba, Two-Face from Nigeria. They did the Hands Across the World with R. Kelly.
It's a lot.
Skip that from the bio. With a very prominent.
With a very prominent R&B artist that will not be named.
Wow. And you've done everything from the Coke Studio, this bio I could keep. We may just finish the whole episode reading out a bio. So let's
The end. No.
Because you know me, if you let me keep going,
That's why we need to stop you. Okay, so we normally like to break the ice when we start out, and on the last episode we posed the question, right? So I'm gonna start there.
Okay.
If you had to listen to one artist for the rest of your life, so you have to pick one international artist and one local Ugandan artist for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Wow. And you're not allowed to listen to anything else other than those 2 artists, the one international and the one Ugandan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. International would probably be, but
Yeah.
I think I gotta take words out of it. So Had Zimmer.
No words.
Yes. Over 100 movies with different sounds, so I don't lose my mind or just
on one sound.
You say Biggie or Tupac.
Yeah.
They give you 2 or 3 albums that go on repeat for the rest of your life. I don't know. And then local. Ooh, listen. If it's not Navio,
after all, you have 20 years of music to pick from.
So there's some good 400 songs there, but if not me, and because I haven't heard so much of your stuff,
stop it.
I mean? So after another 2 albums, it'll probably be you. But until then,
Damzy, note it down. Yes, next album.
I don't know. What's the name? Tie-dye?
Tie-dye. Interesting. Yeah. That's a very good choice.
And Damzy was talking about tie-dye recently.
I'm such a fan.
So it's good Navio listened.
I'm a huge fan.
Compliment.
I'm such a huge fan
for
of
the rest
tie-dye.
of my life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big one, Mark.
Damzy, hey, I was going through it.
Please, it's not your show.
The prefect is in town, so
yeah.
International. I pick Usher Raymond.
Ooh.
Okay.
What?
Because
whoa.
Yeah, I know what
Are you changing your mind?
It's going to be like.
I mean, that's why they call it betray. This is when you betray songs.
Straight
What happened to
betray
Trey songs?
Ooh, are betray songs. I see what you did there.
Let me drink my tea. Jeez.
Oh, well. I'm here being exposed.
Think you know a guy, yeah?
Yourself today.
Think you know a guy.
No, Usher, definitely Usher. UG is complicated, yo, because, like, how do you pick?
Wow.
But in the spirit of continuing the betrayal, I'm not saying Navio.
Gravity.
Just no, but like no. I'd probably say, because I've realized I can listen to his music on repeat for ages, so I'd say Kenneth Mugabe. Because he's the one bad man, he's a bringer of it.
That's true.
I can listen to one song on repeat for ages. So I have 3 albums to choose from for now. I'd go Kenneth.
He's dope.
Good choice.
Damzy.
I'm telling you, brother.
International, Beyonce.
Ooh.
I am a certified member of the Bayhive. Not ashamed. So and she has like a really huge catalog. So that would be vibes for a very long time. Yes, I struggled with this one, local, because okay. So local
Versatility. Longevity.
in the spirit of betrayal.
This episode is really about betrayal.
I thought about it a lot, and I thought Radio and Weasel, they are considered an artist, right? They are considered like a band as a whole. So Radio and Weasel, because there's a lot there. There's a lot to listen to, and this is the rest of my life. So,
Nice.
You came a close second, but I had to pick.
2024. Get ready, baby. I'm gonna pick it up.
And we figured that, now that we have, I feel like, imagine after reading a bio of all these many things of 20 years, and then instead of saying, so what was your first? No. What would you listen to for the rest of your life? Like, we're here to throw you off, but let's first try and be civilized a bit.
Yes.
I believe we can ask a little bit of questions, because 20 Years of Navio concert coming soon.
Yes.
Guys gotta know, 2nd September, the Sheraton.
At the Sheraton.
We have to do the thing. The resident Navio specialist in Ian is not available. Paulo the writer.
The whole reason I came.
But we were like, why have the Navio specialist when you can have Navio? So Ian, stay where you are. Yes, we have the real deal.
I'm a new host.
This is how I got onto the podcast. So you're on the right track. Let me tell you, just come and speak it, and you'll be here next.
Nice.
Damzy, I think you should let us get into this Navio section.
Okay. All right. So I thought about it a lot. I thought we're going to host Navio, and to be honest, the first question I want to ask you is, what's your favorite song of your entire catalog?
Which is hard, because all my children are my favorites.
Yes.
But
I think the older generation had favorites. Wodak. And was it? I think it was you. The way you behave, really. Anyway, Asha Raymond. I think my sorry, question again.
What's your favorite song of all your
favorite song?
Yeah.
Wow.
Could be for any reason, but
Sunset Drift on my new album.
I love that with the
that is like, that really did it for me.
Okay.
A song called Go Get It on I did with Bedod. On African Hustler Music, Volume 1. What else? Man, I don't know. Out of 400 songs, it's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult to pick.
Okay.
But Sunset Drift right now, also because my son sings it to me every morning.
That's nice.
Before he puts the elbow directly in my ribs to wake me up, like he did this morning.
Well, wonderful. At least, we thank him for making sure you're here.
Yes, that's all he did.
He's like, wake up!
But 7 a.m. That was a little bit.
A little too early.
That was pushing. Yeah.
I saw you post on Instagram earlier. I'm like, I wonder what's happening. Now we know.
Yes.
But you mentioned tie-dye earlier, and of course you've mentioned Sunset Drift, which has Akine, and I wanted to ask, because it's something we've talked about here on the pod when we were talking about the project Vibes Out the East. you worked with a lot of, let me say, newer artists on that project. I think there's like the homie Akine herself. Lagum is not that new, but he's still in the newer generation of artists. And so what would you say goes into like your choice? Like, you know, for the others, you've seen them, you know, Lillian, you've been, you know, The Myth or whatever. But like with these ones, you had, what went into your mind in your selection process?
I think, first of all, just your level of dope.
Yeah.
You know, that always has to come first.
Yeah.
But also, I like to be able to hear about you.
Yeah.
You know, I like to be able to hear about you, hear from you, hear about your story before, you know, I get into something with you. Because, I don't know, I'm a guy who likes, you know, kinetic movement, things moving forward.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I enjoy an artist who's kind of excited about their own career and who's going to take it seriously. Because when I do a song, I want to be able to pull someone on stage later. But if it's going to be one of these guys who's like, oh, he's so dope, but he's never released anything and he's going to just, you know, go into the job market soon, that's cool. But for me, I like working with people who are excited about their own music. They could also just be so dope that
regardless, you're like,
Yeah.
too dope.
Like, yes. But I like people who, you know, basically feel like they have a future in the industry. That's one of the things. But yeah, you need to be dope. First.
All in all, be dope.
I mean, I'm keen to understand how dope is measured, but you know,
Well, it depends.
that's it.
Well, actually, I have my handy
Your
ruler.
dopometer.
Yes.
I like that you said that because we actually, when we were reviewing the project, I remember that I talked about the collaborations with the younger artists. And I remember that there was a lot of stuff online about people saying, oh, you know, these guys, why don't they work with these guys? And I'm like, yeah, no, they're not going to just work with anyone just because anyone is new.
Yeah.
There's certain things they're going to look out for. And I looked at the people that you collaborated with, and I'm like, look at what Akine has been in heavy rotation. She's been at it. Lagum has, you know, this man, Damzy has a couple of songs in Lagum, fun fact. But yeah, you know, he's been putting in work. So I felt like I'm happy that you've said stuff that means that I did not lie to you guys. I was telling the truth. Yes, there was no betrayal there.
Yes, no betray songs.
Oh wow. Okay, so I want to pick up from what Mark said. You've been doing music for 20 plus years, right?
Well,
Give or take, right?
More like giving.
Yes,
but
one or two.
So I want to pick up from, you know, we've talked about you working with a lot of new and younger artists. So I want to pick up from that. You have been doing music for 20 plus years, right? And so you did music in the pre-social media era. And now you're doing music in the social media era where everything drops on social media or whatever.
Yes.
Do you feel the pressure to keep churning out content? Because, you know, with digital media, people are always asking and always consuming. How has that been for you, who has transitioned from that post era to, you know?
I think just the level of my hustle allows me to create that content.
Okay.
So there are a lot of people who don't have too much going on, but so they have to, you know, sit down and be like, all right, now I have to plan what I'm going to put out. But for me, luckily, my schedule is insane. As you can hear my voice right now. My schedule is nuts. So I think that provides natural content for me. But I do see that there is a lot of pressure because, you know, I can imagine if I was sitting down for like 3 weeks, what really would I have to post, you know? And of course, there's also the temptation, you know, the easy pickings. You know, everyone wants to see my family. Everyone wants to see that. You know, should I just put up 100 pictures of my kids all day? You know, I can't do that. For me, it always has to feel natural because I think I come from that era.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to be faking it and pushing it, but I can understand why people need to. One. Two, the actual, you know, followers and stuff as fans, because they're fans, that carries more weight for me.
Okay.
And I can't really switch myself onto that new school thing of like, this makes me a more worthy artist. You know, like, oh, I have more followers, this makes me a more worthy artist. That's, you know, that's not the case. So I think, you know, the pressure on people nowadays is insane.
It's a load, yeah?
And especially
it's a load.
Like just leave us. Leave me in my generation.
Do you think that pressure is hampering creativity? Because like, do you have to like, actively think about it and be like, oh shit, I need to like put out something or like.
Yeah, I mean, think about hampering creativity, but also your ability to do as many things as you do in the day. Because if you think about like a pop star girl,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, come through to my house, you know, let's just shoot some stuff, or let's just be in the garden, or come over for this or that.
Yeah.
You know, they have to now get an outfit, get
Bruh.
makeup, get the content creator himself.
Let me tell you, thoughts and prayers to
You know.
artists.
Yes. The radio interview back in the day, you know what I mean? We just roll through with Yala just folding the door. You know? But now the girls of today, it's like, oh, where are we meeting? Okay, or let our managers meet, coordinate how we're going to meet. You know what I mean? It's like, because they're thinking, oh, the meeting is content already.
Yeah.
So let's get to it.
Literally
you know?
everything becomes content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do it, because like the little we do between like the pod and like meets and beats,
Yeah.
us guys are like, oh, okay, there's a meets and beats this Wednesday. Posy, we have to wear something because
Yeah.
Bruce and Co are going to be filming and taking pictures, and now we have to be like, oh my god, and then there's a
Tell
podcast
you.
episode in 2 days.
In HD.
Oh my god.
We need a budget. We need a budget for I don't know, costume or wardrobe or whatever.
Oh, glam.
Yeah.
Just
Speaking of-
throwing it in there.
I'm just saying.
And I like that you've said that, because speaking of budget, if you want to support the podcast, just send some money to 624404. That's 624404.
Whoa, right now. And you can support me by coming to my concert September 2nd at Sheraton Gardens. Live, Navio, 20 years of Navio.
So
Guys, you can't afford to miss that. You can't afford
live on radio.
Yeah.
You can also send the money for the ticket and we'll make sure you get it.
Yeah, whoa.
I didn't say to where. They can send it to you. Calm down.
Wow,
Calm
slick.
down.
all the betrayal that is happening. Like, speaking of the concert, I like that, you know, you've had a number of those. I mean, just a little bit, you know.
Yes,
you only
8.
just came back from a little bit of tour, and then you've
Yes.
had your real Navio concerts. I'm happy to have attended some and made some noise. And
Yes.
if you saw me,
When you
good
were
thing it
old enough
was.
to.
Hey, calm down. I won't tell. You're lucky. Like, you'll be there. Like, at a certain point, I might pull out the other page. The page with the secrets.
The classifieds.
1997.
The classifieds.
Yes, those ones are there. Back when he was in Aga Khan High. And he was trying to play basketball.
Whoa, code word trying. We're going to discuss that later off the show. But yes.
Yes,
Yes.
concert.
Yes.
Guys who have seen or who have not seen, what can you tell people to expect? Because we need them to know what
Yeah.
we are going for.
Yeah, I mean, sincerely, like, being able to look through history and be like, we've been trendsetters at every single show we do. The same way you say, like, the content thing is pressure. This is really pressure because it's like you have an industry now that's caught up in so many ways.
Yeah.
So to keep differentiating, you know, with every show that we do, I mean, now Naga, you have the first LEDs on stage. You know, half the legend are like, why is the urban artist changing so many times?
Yeah.
The lights, everything. Like, when I did it the first time, people were like, oh, wow, this is crazy. But now I'm at the point where it's like, okay, everybody could do it. How do I take it to another level?
Yeah.
So I think, you know, just with the features in the show has to be crazy. The way the instrumentalists are playing the band, the way that's going to come together is going to be different. And I think my energy, you know, my energy as well. I'm going to make sure that I'm not doing 7 interviews like I did yesterday. You know? Just for the sake of my health, I'm going to make sure I'm fresh and ready.
Yeah.
Which is something I haven't done at a lot of the shows. I'm usually halfway to being burnt out by the time I get on stage.
Yeah.
Still kill it. But this time I'm going to make sure that, you know, I get my rest in and I'm 100% because I want the performance to be what a 20 years should be.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be, I think it's going to blow people's minds, man.
Yeah, Ian is not here, but on the last time we had him on the pod and we talked about the concert, he's like, man, I feel like even a table doesn't cut it. I feel like I deserve a seat on the stage.
Yeah. No, I promised him one of those tiny round stools. Just somewhere in the corner of the stage, just like no.
You will be happy.
No, just mark off a corner and I'll bring the stool.
Listen, that guy is VVVIP to me.
Because that noise has been made, but we're like looking forward. I mean, I remember the last time when we got you for the Smack League last year, just before votes dropped.
Whoa.
Woo! Whoa. It was crazy. EC behind the camera was there as well. I remember being at the front, and I'm just there losing my mind over cold because I was hearing it for the first time as you guys are performing. I'm just like losing my mind. And I look to the left, I see Mutono, I see EC somewhere. I'm like, okay, all the hip-hopers are popping out of the crowd. Appearing at the front.
I saw somebody literally throw their drink in the air on that first line.
Put your drinks in the air. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Been through more Wallace than Christopher. I just saw a drink. I was like, boss, we're going to start a fight.
We just started, man.
He just poured the beer on everybody. It's like, what? Been through my Wallace, the Christopher. Blah. I was like, really?
That shot is like whiskey.
Yeah. I was like, security, get that guy out of
No, but it was really such a blast. And I like to tell people this because for me, it's like, I've seen Navio. Like I've seen, those are the artists that, like those are the things that make me happy. Like if I've seen you for so long doing what you do, I still manage to be like surprised and like, excited about something. And like for me, that's just stuff that's always so dope. And I feel like we always have to tell people, we talk a lot about, especially I think Damzy and I tend to talk about performances a lot because we are fans of people who can perform.
Actually can perform.
Beyonce
Usher, Beyonce. See what we're saying?
Listen, guys, y'all see y'all need whoa. We're going to try and do what we can with the tools we have been given. It's going to be killer.
We will definitely appreciate that. It's been 20 years. You are an OG in the industry. And in the spirit of the tribe, because we're here for hip hop and urban music, there's so many hip hop artists that use the platform, tune into the platform. What are your thoughts on just the evolution of hip hop? There's a lot of new styles, just what are your thoughts on that?
UG.
UG definitely.
I think the tenacity, like the regard for which some of these artists get inspired to do what they do as rappers, and I guess urban music in general here is something that's commendable.
Okay.
It's the only place I think where you can say, I take the best, freestyle guy. We have someone who can size up to him, you know what I mean? Take the best, guy on trap. We have someone who can size up to him. Take the best hip hop performer, we have someone who you can put against that person. And there are not many countries where you can do that. But here, it's like
range.
Yeah, there's such a huge range of different types of hip hop guys, and the fact that they keep getting better for me is crazy because maybe it's good, because they kind of have an international view.
Yeah,
with their bars. It's like you could hear Tucker's like. Kendrick might be coming on next on this song,
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, damn, easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can see Trill is really trying to find that vibe in studio. He's really trying to get stuck in a pocket. You know what I mean? Saint Maximin, all these guys like
Saint Max.
Yeah, the wordplay and the stories and the way that just putting you in the scene, in the UG streets with them.
Yeah.
I think is commendable. But I mean, I'm very. I think that for me is the one thing that gets me. I'm like, how do we keep getting better like this? It's not like there's a hip hop show every week.
Yeah.
So people just keep getting better, and it blows me away.
That's dope.
Yeah, it forces me to attempt to get better. You know what I mean? To strap on the old knee supports.
And you mentioned that, and I just want to, because you've said that Saint Max is a bad man, I just wanted to just allow that one. And I had another question, but
even at basketball, apparently.
Just because he's wearing jerseys all the time.
Well, Mark wouldn't know. It's been a minute.
You mentioned something, and I actually remember that we were talking about this both when when Strength in Numbers was released and Vibes Out the East. Yes. It's crazy for us as fans because even with Ian, who's not here, and like Les, who used to be on the pod, one of the things for us is we've listened to to all of your albums, and one thing is, in the past albums were those monumental songs and things like that, but we felt, again, this is probably personal opinion as a certain number of fans that we felt like it's crazy to us that the last two albums might be our favorites. Like in most people, like there's like a peak and then a dip or something. Yeah. Like for us, it's just crazy that freaking hell, Vote and Sin are really like probably my favorite as an album. Like, like, and that for me, I just wanted to say that too. Maybe that explains what you're saying with the industry reinventing itself and with people getting better. Yeah. You're forced to raise the bar as well and make sure that you're not falling beneath. So
absolutely. I mean, with me too. That's exactly how I feel about it as well. People always like, what's your best album? What? And I'm like, okay, I could say like statistically. I could go that way. But if you talk about, usually my favorite album is the last
one you did,
So, I hope I keep getting that feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you'd hate to be like, man, Thriller album was the dopest. You'd be like, oh man, half the legend.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, all of them had their time.
Yeah.
But I feel exactly the same way. So
yeah, that
makes sense. I mean, you really have to. Your next project or your most recent project needs to feel like your best work.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only way you can.
And I guess
put out your music and be content about it.
As an artist, you might feel it because you're the one doing it, but I guess it's also different when you hear that. Yeah, we agree because as people who listen, I remember we were here arguing like even about saying we argued about it. We said this or this song or this happened there and this was like this, but like. We really felt right from that intro because anyway, we'll get to songs later. We have something for that. But like right from the intro of that album, and I'm like, we're going. And then you even got like Samurai behind the mic and then things like that. And then they're like, so that was that album. That was the excitement of that album.
Yeah, I've never actually had to hold a gun to someone.
like Samurai,
sing right now. Or you ain't gonna be leaving. So thank you, Sam, for choosing life.
Actually choosing life. Wow, he made the right choice.
But force.
In those many albums, there've also been very many. What is going on? There's been very many collaborations.
Yes.
So my question to you is: of course, you've worked with so many artists and very, very many artists. We're literally on the way here with Damzy. Damzy's like. He's worked with those ones too, and that, and that. So my thing is, which was your? I know like the favorites might, and I like that even for the favorite song when Damzy asked you, you mentioned different. I guess there are different reasons why the Benon song with so like still here again, which have been your favorite artists? If you had to say like 3 artists to collaborate with, for whatever reasons, because some of them it may be maybe because it's easy, some maybe because this was just so special, or the experience, whatever reasons.
I mean,
3 artists.
If you're talking about a combination of factors, then I just have to give the obvious one. Kabocha. We were both in a way being underdogged by the industry. I would say Camille and Bebe were literally, budging Bobby out.
Yeah.
But he felt like, he was kind of being sidelined.
Yeah.
I had just come back, from holidays, from school. And so I felt like I needed to gain ground again. We didn't have Klear Kut there. So we're in a situation where we had to like connect and be working together, performing together. We just created like a brotherhood. You know what I mean? So because of that factor, he was so easy to work with. The stuff was dope. He's open to like criticism and suggestions. You know what I mean?
Very rare for an artist.
That level. And then, of course, also it's the most played song ever on radio in Ugandan history.
Oh wow!
So you know what I mean?
Fun fact: I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Adding it to the future bio.
Yes, right there. You heard it here first. So yeah, I mean the combination of factors. I just have to mention that.
Yeah,
I can't say whether it's my top.
Yeah,
but it was a special one. Yeah, it was a special one.
I think Burna Boy Bestseller.
I was really hoping you'd mention it, but I'm so glad.
Beyonce or Burna Boy. Yeah, just because it was nice getting experience to do something outside. You know, a lot of my videos had been mostly just essay in Uganda by that time. So getting a chance to do it in Nigeria was kind of dope. And seeing his working style as well. You know, he'll go like 1 month without recording anything. And then off the album he released before Bestseller, he recorded 5 songs in one day. You know, so seeing his pattern and way of working, that was also dope. It was like a snapshot into another industry.
Right.
So yeah, that was an experience. And then last but not least, wow. Wow.
Like now I have to pick one and leave out the rest.
Yeah,
There's so many.
Top 10, right? Top 3. Can I just not pick?
No, just say a third one, and like in the future, you shall
In
tell
no
people
particular
more.
order,
Okay.
by
Yeah,
the
no
way.
particular order.
In no particular order. No one should think this is,
Yeah.
faves or whatever.
I mean, of course, the boys, man, Klear Kut. Like when the boys get together, that's crazy. Is that like that goes without saying? Okay,
Kind
We'll put that
of.
one.
Let's
Okay,
put that
another
on the
one.
side. Another
Kind
one.
of, yeah.
I'd say Young Bulo. That was interesting. Just 'cause I've never recorded with 30 guys in the studio.
Wait,
Just all
what?
looking at us and cheering us on. Whole squad, man. I mean, with him, it's a squad thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we have also like bare songs,
Yeah.
like, 4 or 5 songs. So, yeah, that was a dope
crazy
experience as well.
time too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So all for different
Interesting.
reasons.
Yes.
Statistically, artistically, and the chaosatically. All dope.
Yeah. There's a lot of. I just want to interrupt the seriousness of the thing and throw you off again because I promised to do so. Just Damzy. This question is for you because you're asking too many questions.
Yes.
Let me also get at you.
Kutwa.
How was your week?
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I like that answer.
Yeah. It was, I was a little bit under the weather this entire week, so I was just like, meh, I was
Yes.
over it.
Did I get this flu from you?
No, you brought your fresh one. I'll fight you if I fall sick. So
If you had to pick one Navio song from the 400 of them to describe your week and how you felt about it, what would you go with?
that's not a nice question. But okay, if I had to pick one, and I'm going by like the mood of the week, because like let me tell you, this week was bare minimum. Like that's it. That's all I could give. Do you understand? Bare freaking minimum.
Yes.
I think I would go with Wind It Up.
Why did? Okay.
Because it's like
Go with the flow.
yeah, it's very, and also like I was looking forward to wind up each and every day. The minute it started. So
Wow.
The minute it
Let life go faster because at this moment.
I was just I'm not doing this. Yeah. So I think that would be but it's a really good song. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
amazing,
I really
amazing.
love it.
Fun fact: Alan Okia played the bass line as one take. He didn't redo it straight from the beginning to the end. One take. Alan Okia.
Shout out.
We learn.
Anyone who's been in a studio knows that most things do not happen in one take.
Yes.
But yeah.
Only me and Alan.
One take now.
One take now.
I've had it. I've seen
Yes.
those little bit of,
Yes.
hashtags
of-
and whatever.
Spars of excellence. Yes.
Mark,
Okay.
I'm going to throw your question back at you.
Ooh.
Hey, I was here still talking about this.
No. I'm throwing it back at
He was
you.
like, on to the next. No, not yet.
Well, since the week, it was, for me, there were certain things that I was trying to take charge of, control this one, solve that one, make the other one
Every day she
better.
want wine. My girl, every day she want wine. Okay,
No, so bygones.
Ooh.
Because I was like, Mark, you can't go and get that thing and bring it and solve it. Let bygones be bygones. You get-
Say
Let my
shade.
heart-
That is, yeah,
Yeah.
that is that's like I said, the opening song. And I think I was preempting it with that last comment. Like, the opening song to the Strength in Numbers album.
Amazing.
That is it, because yes. And you as you, the week you had, with
week
the
I
ribs
had.
intact or not intact.
Oh my goodness. I want to say bugubu. You say it's been a little hot in the keychain, just from the boardroom to coordinating the sponsors, to coordinating. I have a book coming out October 19th, so I've been writing a book.
Interesting.
Sorry.
On my birthday.
Is it an autobiography?
No, it's not an auto. It's actually just about dynamic business in our economy and some advice that I'd give people who are not necessarily even in music, but just anybody just getting into business.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we're working with a few titles. Should I float it here?
Yeah.
Maybe the guys out there can help Navio decide the title.
Help me decide the title, please. Play hard, work harder. Okay.
That's a no from me.
That's a no.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a no. Listen, guys, you gotta go. Yeah?
No.
Okay.
No.
We'll go discuss this off air.
Okay.
Okay, guys. 'Cause haters go hate. That's first of all.
Betrayal.
So Boogaboo. So coordinating that. Of course, everything happening with the show coming up. The fact that I was away for 5 weeks, shows in Atlanta, Boston,
you had a
wherever
tour.
else. Had to turn up for the Henny thing with Nas in New York.
50 years.
Yeah, 50 years celebration of hip hop.
See, we
the
about
BETs.
those landmarks.
Yes,
the
BETs.
Yeah.
And this is like in the 6-week period.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
that's a lot.
Yeah, it's really a lot. So that's why I'm saying I need to make sure that I'm right. You know what I mean, before the show,
That makes
so that I can really give them the boogaloo when it comes to the performance.
I'm excited that you're releasing a book, because we talk about it a lot here for artists and for creatives.
Yeah.
You are a business, and I think a lot of people don't take that seriously enough. So I'm excited to read the book and for people to learn and know that, it's business.
Yes.
Like, you're the shit, but it's business. Do you get what I mean? Like,
You're dope, but it's
You're dope, but
Yeah.
it's business. Your dopeness is not going to do business.
Yes.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna get you on my album. We talked about that already. Your dopeness will only go so far.
Yeah.
Your
It will
hustle
really,
will
really
get
only
you the
go so
rest of the
far.
way.
African Hustler has spoken. That was album number 2, right? But you knew it back then. By then you were half the legend. So
Yes.
So now it's so 20 years is a full legend now.
The whole of the legend.
The whole of the legend
I would never make the mistake
of
of putting that title on myself.
You are under pressure.
Being a Buganda. I was quiet. Someone used that thing right after my first album. He's a legend already. I was like, don't say it. Let's let that build momentum. After the 3rd, 4th album, I was like, I feel free. Yeah, I mean,
now you're
everyone,
legendary status
yeah,
has checked in.
Yeah, say what you got. Yeah, I mean, whatever makes you happy, guys.
And on that legendary status and stuff, there's something we talk about a lot. And you see, at times people be like, why always Navio? And for me, it's like, because everything you want to talk about, he fits in it, right? Like, because he's pushing this, he's, brand ambassador this, pushing that, whatever, pushing the music here. And one of the things I wanted to talk about, which is maybe useful also for the younger artists, but maybe it will explain your thought process, because we see it. But I always say Navio pushes a project or a song like he's up and coming.
Yeah.
Like the energy with which we see, like the mentions, the way you talk about it. And I'm like, I do not, like in my head, and maybe again, we talk about this a lot with producer Hassa. Yes. We'd be like, maybe we see certain things as obvious, but they might not be obvious to people. Yeah. So maybe someone in the actual position might explain it. Because me, I'm like, if Navio, 20 years of Navio guy can push something, like I really believe that this has to reach as many people as possible, so I have to keep pushing. I don't understand how the newer person with less whatever doesn't do it. So maybe you can explain maybe your reasoning or your maybe that may help. I know you said you hustler, but
I mean, you need to. I think first of all, if you want something done right, do it yourself. I mean, that's like, you know what I mean? That's just goes without saying. 2, trust people as far as you can throw them. No, I mean, even when you have a management structure, it's good for you to also see what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because
you can't leave it up to them.
You are more informed. You get less altercations with your team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The people I've literally moved with for 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of that reason. You know, I like to know exactly what they're talking about. So when I go to a radio station, etc., I don't have to go every time I drop a song.
Yeah.
But I like to go quite a bit. And, you know, I was asking a young artist recently, I was like, oh, yeah, nice. You moved your song around. What'd you do? He's like, oh, yeah, I just emailed everyone. And, you know, I just emailed it to like, I was like, to what? What's, you know what I mean? It's like,
that's it?
To reception at Simba FM. Like, are you serious? How's that going to get to the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The right place. So for me, I like to be hands-on. And I think you have to be hands-on with your music. If you care enough about it.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of get into this thing, this mentality sometimes, and I've seen it also, you know, even in some of my own boys, where it's like this stuff that's out of my control, you know, and that's fair. But when you start getting all that whole this Illuminati, bichi, or I would have made it, but when you haven't moved from your house, you haven't taken that music on a flash or even a compact disc, I don't mind. You haven't moved to like 5 or 6 stations. Even the 2 stations, you know, and then you want to come back and be like, oh, these guys have a monopoly on the game. These guys do this. These guys do that. I'm like, people are calling Alien the ghetto president now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true, yes.
Yeah, as soon as you get on ground, it's crazy. We never thought we'd ever see that title on another human being.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's back. You know what I mean? This guy's out there. He's hustling. He's pushing his stuff. He's there. He's talking to the MCs sometimes while they're trying to MC.
Let's MC together.
Yeah.
I saw a clip where he brought, I don't know if it was his grandmother or something.
Yeah.
Like he's doing the absolute most.
You know what I
And
mean?
it's great.
Yeah, and it's working.
So-
it's working.
So you don't even have to do the most. But
Just
can
do
you do
some.
something? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, but I get really tired sometimes. You know, I'm listening to guys, they're like, yeah, but you guys, you just make one phone call, it happens. I'm like, no way.
It has taken 20 years for you to be able to make one phone call and it happened.
I'm like a light-skinned English rapper from Rubaga. One call? Are you crazy? Yo, come on, man. So yeah, we need to get back on the street. That's for sure. Just hustle, man. If you want something done right, do it yourself. Take it yourself. Talk to the people yourself.
Yeah.
Build that network. You know, and then it will be one phone call for you.
Yeah.
You built the network.
You can't
know what
just,
I mean?
it doesn't happen overnight. Like the one phone call situation is not an overnight thing.
How long has it taken me to get on this show? You see? I also have to struggle. I also have
And
to
ladies
do.
and gentlemen,
Yes.
that is an example of
And
bad
I'm on
PR.
episode 9. Yeah? Am I right?
Yes.
Not even episode 1, season 3, bro. So I struggle with you, okay? Let us do this together.
Wow.
Well done.
I don't know how I feel about that. So I mean, we've talked about putting in the work. I think a lot of people take for granted the fact that you need to put in the work.
Yes.
And you know, one of the things we do here is we review music, we talk about new music, we put people onto new music, new artists, etc. But we also, you know, give our opinions or maybe criticisms, right? And like I hinted on earlier, a lot of people don't take criticism well.
Yes.
I'm sure in your 20-year, you know, stint, there's been a lot of opinions brought to you. A lot of, like, how
So
do you
much.
deal with that? And how, you know, how should these people who do not have your experience deal with that?
Yeah. I mean, you know what's crazy? Like on Sunset Drift, the song was a perfect song. And then I went ahead because, you know, sometimes when I don't have the lyrics written down yet, I just go off and I freestyle like 3 bars or 4 bars. So I said this one line, you know, and I was like, yeah, it's like they gave the Lord a mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's okay, but in 2023,
Where everything...
it's like, it's okay, but it's a line from my days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that would have been fresh 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to be your hardest critic sometimes. No one has said that to me yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know if I release a video, someone's going to be like, did you just say that? You know what I mean? So you have to kind of be aware that sometimes you will make those slippers. But for me, it was such a flow of consciousness song.
Yeah.
I wanted it to feel real.
Yeah.
And I think people got that I was, doing that vibe. I think that's why a lot of people connect to that song is because it was just flow of consciousness. Everything that came to mind, I just wanted to put it, put it out and put it down on a record. So, yeah, you have to be, wary of that. 1, 2, for me, it really helps me improve. If in everything I do, it's like, basketball. Anything that anyone said in basketball, I took as constructive. Apart from don't dunk on me. Everything else, everything else I felt was making me better for next time.
Yeah.
I don't take much like that. A straight offense, that's
different.
But constructive, like, what you could have done?
Yeah.
My ears already. Switch, you have me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you better say something really good.
Now that you have me,
so whenever someone says, that thing, I'm like, what? You right. A lot of guys will be like, no, that is the vibe of how we do things. I've been here for 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, Lagoon can give me advice on the chorus, bro.
Yeah.
After Razor.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah, Razor.
Yeah, after Razor. Stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can tell me what's what. You know what I mean? So you have to humble yourself when it comes to artistry. You know what I mean? The kids got bars, man. You know what I mean? These young guys have a viewpoint that I was not raised with. An insight into music and ways to improve myself that I was whatever. So I feel like that sort of criticism is cool. When it comes to the media and stuff, it's really difficult.
Yeah, that's a different.
Everyone has their rules. Like, I'm cool until my family gets thrown in it.
Yeah.
And then all that professional, don't reply him. He's just, it goes out the window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can say it now because I've mastered it a little bit. But
just a little bit.
Yeah. And other guys have a problem with, they'll be totally cool until something physical happens. Then, so everyone has their own standard. And but yeah, criticism is criticism. At the end of the day, hopefully it's constructive. Learn from it more than anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pick out what works for you.
Yeah.
If it's nonsense, just ignore it and move on.
You'd be amazed, man. Some of the best coaches, like my mom used to put me up on game because she'd be listening to so much music. She listens to everything. She knows all the artists in Uganda, their style, where their bars are weak. She's on it like that. That's why you find her on the Shiba's comments like, wow, really cool hook. Or you find her on Rema's thing. You know what I mean? And then she'll be on Lagoom's joint. Then she'll be on. She's everywhere. You know what I mean? So you never know. You'd be surprised the people who can advise you.
Something about the hook and Lagoom, and that's true. Lagoom gives us a good hook, but I remember when I was reviewing, was it Strength in Numbers? When I was doing some Navio review, I think it was Strength in Numbers. I remember talking about the hook as a superpower. Yeah. I feel like over your career, and that's something musically where so-and-so may have bars, so-and-so may have this, but I feel like a hook, it's what reels people in. It's a chorus where we join and sing in chorus, like the English of the.
We agree with what you said.
What you said. So I feel like it's really something you have done and mastered quite well through your whatever. And I wonder if for you it's something that's like, as I work on this album, these hooks. Because if you look at just the last one, those are the features, but a lot of the ones where you're alone, it's like this mad is different from this one, which is different from, you know what I mean? Like and they all mean something. And in Strength in Numbers, it was even crazier. Like it's just a thing. So
I think for me, the hook has always been important, and I've tried to. I saw that it actually came at the cost of some of my lyrics sometimes. Because sometimes I'd have like a one and only.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'd want to tone down and just, man, I can write anything.
Yeah.
This is already out of here. You know what I mean? Done.
Yeah.
But, I really have to force myself, even in one and only, when you hear the bars, you can hear that I force myself to come back and actually try and at least
even if the hook is already already won,
yes,
but
make it a bit intriguing. Give us a bit of some wit, some be a little cheeky on it. Be hip hop on it. So I always try that. But I'll say that it's something that I've really tried to tone down just for the sake of the full sound of a project.
Yeah.
Because I never wanted to have 10, 15 songs that is like just all wow hits, you know, dope hooks. You know what I mean? But I do like to make something that people can sing along with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's the commercial side of, I guess. Like, it's kind of the business side.
Yeah, a little bit.
I feel if we're able to, and we've said this a number of times, like you want to put out a project and have people sing it, have people remember it, listen to the song once, twice, and you kind of are already on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy enough, also, I think coming from Klear Kut, being somewhat of the hype man when we started, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Myth and Lag were just on another plateau. Lyrically, JB had the swag, you know what I mean? So Papito was
Had
also
the French.
Yes, Papito had le lingo, the languages. And so I kind of just had to bring the energy and the hype, you know what I mean? I didn't get the mic before we started, and I was whatever, you know what I mean? The first chant that came out of my head, that's why people are always like, what does Walla mean? I'm like, the first damn thing that comes to my head.
That's what's gonna be.
That's what it is. Yeah. I once did a monkey scream.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Camera.
How did that go?
It's on camera. It didn't work out so well.
Did you say monkey scream?
Yes, I did. One time I got up. Listen, I was the hype man, you know, so I've never been afraid to experiment, try something out the box, because in studio also you can always press delete.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
So, man, you know, be free with it.
Okay. Mark, do you have another question? Or should we?
I think.
Or do you have a question?
It is time for me to take the reins.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Welcome back to the Navio podcast live on the UTV. We're taking it to the Navio show live here on UTV. Yeah, I'm going to be throwing questions back to the people who ask the questions to try and get to the root of what makes them tick and what makes the show so great. I'm ready when you are. I mean,
we're ready when you are.
Don't tell me. This is my show. Okay. I know what I'm doing. So, where, Marky Mark, where does your love for music come from?
Well, so you see, as a somewhat younger sibling of my siblings, I had a lot of time around them and their stuffs.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And like there was Mazel with the hip hop and R&B, because you know he's Mr. Kid Sweet. Who's so good. And
I was pissed when I did that one.
Like, you didn't even call me. And he's a sweaty. I don't know why they call them sweaties or sweeties or whatever.
Very disturbing.
But let's move on.
Yeah.
And of course Helen with the everything else, and then Tom with the Biggie, and so you know, like I really had to do that. And then like even with the uncles, like the family as a whole, like, you know, my dad had all them records, and like my aunts were in a group together. My uncle is always jumping on stage, interrupting Afrigo and playing the drums in the show. Like, as you would know, since you finished the sentence. You know, like, it's really, it's the farm and it's the environment, and so music all the way.
Don't blame him, blame the family. Damzy, over to you.
Am I answering the same question?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, I get a different question. She seems too ready for this one.
She has been practicing.
Yes. So, where do you see the industry moving?
As a whole?
Where do you see hip hop moving in 5 years?
Okay.
And where do you see the industry moving in 20?
You get the hat.
I feel like that was supposed to be the Mark question, but okay. So I think for me, it's impressive to see a lot of new artists like doing the work, right? In terms of just the quality of the sound that they're putting out. Like you said, the pushing it and promoting it still needs work, but just the sound and the quality of the work that's coming is absolutely great. And I think to be able to have platforms like, you know, the streaming platforms, and you see that people are taking advantage of them, and I guess, thinking a little better about how they are positioning their music.
Yes.
So I think in 5 years, we're going to have better quality music in terms of sound, in terms of lyrics, in terms of just the project, everything, right?
Yes.
So the quality of the music, I think, is getting better. In 20 years, I hope to see people get a lot more professional. Yeah, because I think for a lot of artists, it's still kind of vibes and inshallah.
Yes.
You know,
Guilty.
go away. You don't qualify for that category.
The only vibes you have are out to the east. Sorry.
Yeah, so for me, I think. So I think in 20 years, I hope to see people get, take it very seriously, take it far, look for more collaborations, look for ways to go beyond just the borders of UG. Yeah.
Nice. 2 more questions. One from our esteemed listeners here. I have it here. The bachelor, spectacular bachelor. That's what they call him in the scripts. What would it take? What does it take for us right now? What would it take for us to create a Burna Boy? Someone who is a Ugandan, born and bred here. What are the steps they need to take in order to get to that level? What help do they need? What assistance would they need? If it's billions, mention them. Whatever. What do you think it takes for Uganda right now, someone to create a Burna Boy?
Whoa, that's complicated because, of course, some of these things are spur of the moment. I don't think when they were creating the Burna Boy, they were like, let's create a Burna Boy. But put a bit of African and a bit of giant.
Capital B. Put the capital B on the banner or small b.
Fire, banner them. No, but I think one of the things is the work.
Yeah.
We've talked about the quality and all that, and it's good. But the work behind it is missing. So if someone, we probably have, like you said, if we're talking about the dancehall guy that's like this, we have someone. If we're talking about the lyrical hip-hop guy like this, we have someone. We have so many of the young guys that are really good at the many whatevers. But I feel like if we add the work to it, that's one of the major steps we would need to elevate them from just being that dope guy to being that dope guy who we now all get to listen to. Not just us who are looking for it, but even the people who get to find it, who are found by the music wherever they are. That's just one of them. 2, the bullion, because the bullion is the bullion.
That's
and I will use Felix's word because it's not here. The bullion. Because, there needs to be that backing because, a lot of this stuff takes money to put into place. 3, the support from home. You talked about the homegrown. Well, we need the homegrown support because one thing those guys have before and that's everywhere, not just, even for us. One thing the Ugandan people that manage to do something have is support. And if we could really, we have that thing,
should we go for the Drake show in Atlanta or the Navios show? Those choices.
But we have that thing where we're like, it can be, the mere fact that we always have that reaction every time we hear something so dope, and then maybe we hear one Uganda word in the middle, wait, that was Ugandan? Why are you still being surprised that they're dope Ugandan things? There's so many.
True.
It doesn't matter how many times we talk about Oplay and Mutono, for instance, but when we do, we're going to get the same reaction every damn time. I think
from everybody.
We literally last week hey, brands, what an event.
Yes.
I have to, because hey, what an event. And
they're not sponsoring your show.
What an event. And the DJ Jeffers opened his set with Mutono's Pound or Shilling. And we're just losing our minds. We're up front of Leslie and Larry, the rapper, are losing their mind over there. Felix is somewhere there. Samurai is, I don't know what the hell Samurai is doing. He was all the way out of his shell. We were all just losing our mind. Everyone just kept coming in because they're like, what is going on here that's making those people lose their mind? And of course, for Jeffers as a DJ, it was dope for him. But his set started with that energy. But people are listening to us and they're wondering what this is we're listening to until they hear the repping Kampala, and they're like, wait, what?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We're like,
Should I still be dancing? I was dancing before they said Kampala. But should I be?
See, that's the problem.
What clan is this guy from? Before I continue dancing. Where did you go to
That's
school?
the problem.
yeah, we really get a lot of that energy. And if we're to make our people reach that level, which
Yes.
ultimately benefits all of us,
Yeah.
I don't know why we don't see it like that. They're like, no, he's the only one going to gain. No, we gain because we get to be mentioned in good light, not just that scandal, the other side.
You know, the thing that amuses me is like, oh, someone goes to BET or someone goes to,
Yeah, he was
and
a
we are so collectively like on it, you know. But then when they're here, we're like,
He's like,
yes, yeah,
He's like-
you know, it's like we want the end product without
Yeah.
pushing someone to
No,
get to
even
that.
for
end.
Nav that has been, I mean, it's 20 years of Nav. I remember an article forever ago, and I just remember the headline, because it was just like shocking to me, like you're in a major newspaper, and I think you were up for a video of the year at the MTV Base Africa thingy. I think one and only or something like that. And I remember the headline being, "We love to hate Navio." I'm like, wait.
Wow.
We are in UG.
you
we
guys
have
think
a
you've been
guy.
through problems. You guys think you've been through it. No, you have not. Please, continue.
I tell him no, but like, I'm like, wait, this guy has been nominated. It's MTV level. It's UG in a category of video of the year. And guys are complaining. In fact, why did he spend all that money on a music video to get nominated for such categories?
Kind of
Like,
doing what it's supposed to
Is it
do.
the question? Like, what's going on here? Like,
You reporters really got it. We love to hate Navio. So it's eye catching. We'll give it that. It's eye catching.
for what it's worth.
So I had a point.
It has fled.
It has fled because
Okay.
that was just I was in my Bali Francis Sunday.
It has gone.
No, has it gone? Yeah, save me.
So let's just save him from himself. And Damzy, this time I'm the one asking you again. So we're going to take a little trip,
Okay.
as we do quite often,
Okay.
while seated on the same chair. But tell me a Navios song that takes you back to a specific moment in time. And tell us the story, and I hope the viewers are allowed to hear it. It better be safe. If it's not, tell us more. Why did
We know what you've been doing.
Specific moment. Can it be like specific person?
Yeah.
Ooh, this just got.
No, you're gonna be very disappointed.
Sorry. I mean, he has that song.
For me, one of Navio's favorite songs is Na Uliranga. And the reason why I really love that song is because that was that was a very different sound. I was like, woo! Like, we always knew, but now we know.
We been new, but now we know.
But I think also for me, what made it very personal is because Ethan produced it.
Yes.
I grew up with Ethan.
What?
You know, like from like when I saw Ethan music, like
I'm so sorry. Must have been terrible.
I grew up with him,
What
so
up, Abe?
I saw him like trying to learn how to produce music from a really, really young age. And fun fact, by the way, he went to a seminary and he was supposed to be a priest.
No wonder.
That is
No wonder. It's like Navio, your life. So very ramshackle.
Yeah,
I'm like, Ethan, why are we?
No,
It's
you
20
better do things the 8th way.
Yeah, it's 20 years already, man. Did that surprise you after 20 years?
So for me, that's why that song, it's very personal for me because I was like, oh, you know, it's like,
You know what's crazy? In his stubborn hard-headedness on that song,
yes,
he was refusing to do the remix. And put that Congolese guitar in there. Every time we've done a song, he's like, no, it's perfect.
don't ruin it.
Yes. So he says that, but then the thing I love about Ethan, he's gonna go and at least try it.
Yeah.
And then he'll come the next day and be like, I listen to that.
You are right.
No, not you're right. Just you won't say you're right.
Yeah.
Just
doesn't
like,
You
you
can
listen.
never
I put the other
allow.
things
You
that
can never
added some
allow.
small touch.
And then I also did some of my own stuff. It's not just your idea. I also did like
I put on the cut. No. But I mean, he is by far one of the most naturally gifted guys.
Yeah.
Like when you just talk about natural, like when you see, he looks like a footballer, bro. Like he'll just be there chilling in the corner. You have no idea that all that music and all that knowledge and all that history is in the back of his head. You know what I mean? You get the music. He has that deep appreciation for it. And you know, it's how he is. No wonder he was going to join this. No wonder he's going to be a priest because he does everything right. He gets on the beat. Everything is right. You know what I mean? So
it is almost the music is so good. It's almost religious.
Yeah,
no, I remember like
bliss. Get it, bliss. Bless it up. Sorry.
I remember one of the. I mean, she's mentioned that in the Ethan thing, and you've said the natural love for the music. I remember back in the day being out and like you guys are performing, and like now I'm in the audience with Ethan and. Ethan would be losing his mind, like jumping on it, and you'd think like he produced this, like the song with Keko. I remember us being, I think the performance was like at Pana or something, and like you and Keko on stage, and he is losing his shit. I'm like, guys,
right? It's also like you did the work.
But like,
don't over enjoy.
Like, leave some enjoyment for us. But like, it's really nice to see when like it's not just like okay, you came to me and you asked for this song. No, it's like he's really
in it.
I always like that. So good one, Damzy. Well done.
Because that's a very special song for me.
Can I scare you?
Yeah.
I refused Hamadi at first.
Oh la la. Producer Hassan is going to take off your mic.
Yo.
I think we've come to the end of that.
Guys are walking away. Sorry, I refused it at first. I didn't see the. You know what I mean? We had the sample for like 10 years. I didn't see the lane. But yeah. So I just want to apologize to Uganda.
Yeah,
but
you
the
really,
song is done. It's out. Okay.
Song,
I was
video,
wrong. Now this is me being
You're a
wrong.
new human.
Yes, I got you.
You know, in 20 years we learn things along the way.
Yeah.
Mark, I'm going to throw the question back to you.
Hey.
What Navio song takes you back to a place, a time, a person?
Well, so first of all, a lot of it was. It's. I'm going to pick a song off it, but it's actually the Pride album because it takes me back to being in Nkosi when like I used to blast that thing out my damn room, and like I used to blast that album on repeat like a problem, and of course it starts off with Chigozie where. Intros, you know, you guys like you cheat the system. You guys intros, and I love that. I like a deliberate project where the arrangement is something like Chigozie as an intro is just madness. Same thing like when I said with the bygones or even with Hamadi this time around. It's Chigozie, and of course I was there for the video shoot, so there's also that. But like Nkosi. Pride album. Yeah, I'm going to pick a song off that. There are many to choose because there's Chigozie, which I like. There's Luombo, which I like. There's of course one and only.
My regrets not doing a full video for that.
There's one and only, which is of course a people's track.
Yeah.
But then it also has head to toe with Southeast Soul. And I remember the other day I was talking to someone. I'm like, I can't believe as UG, the only person with a Southeast Soul collaboration I can think of is Bebe Cool. I'm like. Bruh.
Wait.
What are you using? Spotify or Apple Music? give me 2 minutes. Send this link. Because I'm like, head to toe was of course a dope song. Yeah. But the one I'm going to use as the reference to answer the question after telling that very long story,
as always,
because I can, is Wizkid. Sarkodie, Ice Prince, EL. You go kill me, remix.
You go kill me. To cheat.
Yes, I think for me that was it's one to pick out because it. Like I know a lot of people are talking about. Joshua has this remix right now. That's shout out to him. That's going on. I'm like, guys. There are people, we've had a couple of, and it's nice to know that we've had someone do that for us and have that type of collaboration. Yeah. So for me, that's just, for me at the time, I remember thinking to myself, that's like really dope that we have that. Of course, all of them in their prime at the time and all of them being key factors of like the African music, music industry. All of them and yourself.
Yes.
So yes. So I think like putting all that together makes like for me it was like okay. So that is why I picked that song.
You go kill me, Lord, let it be y'all.
Yes.
Not a gambling man, but I better before. I really try one girl, now they better before.
He remembers.
I'm messy under pressure, the better he score. Penalties all, otherwise the energy's raw. I'm a what? I'm a man, I'm a brand like the Killer Bee Squad. We gon' party. What you talking enemies for? With UG, MC, so the pen is the sword. Lord, she gon' kill me unless I choose to die. Either way, it's about suicide. Hey, man.
Well done.
I got you. When you forget your lyrics at the concert, just call me. This is
Every
why
Well done.
Better believe it. You better believe it.
yes, see you in 20 years and 20 years of the count. And if you want to support me for the next 20 years, just send some money to 624404.
Say it
That's
again, sorry,
624404. He cannot do this part, but I got you. That is why I'm there.
Thank you.
At least your talking is going to go to good use. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Anywho,
Are you just on WhatsApp in the middle of a interview?
no, I have my questions
She has
here.
I was like,
I have my questions here.
Legend. Hello. Hello.
She's no, I'm like, I wanted the other half.
No. I have a couple of questions here. So we normally, towards the tail end of the episode, I ask random questions.
That's just our lives.
Random questions. Most of them are.
They seem very, very well thought out, actually.
Oh yes, they
More
are.
than random. They seem like
They're randomly well thought out.
I like it.
Okay, so I like to start easy with the easy ones.
Ooh. Yeah, I've heard that about you.
Yeah. Anywho. Okay. Would you rather never eat breakfast or never eat dinner again? Ooh. Like if you had to choose between breakfast
you're right,
and
easy.
dinner, which one would you let go of?
Bruv. I think dinner.
Okay.
What?
I know. I need something in the morning, bro. Before Bullet comes, I'm going straight to the job, man. I gotta have something in the tank, bro.
Mark.
Never eat breakfast. Because I often forget to take breakfast. So
Yeah, because you wake up at lunch.
no,
but that's
I'm actually up very
But does he live at his home? Do we know?
Wow, neighbor.
No, I think I really love breakfast. For me, I feel like breakfast dates should be a thing. Ooh. Yeah.
I told you it was coming back to that.
Okay, next question. Would you rather have a pause button or a rewind button in your life?
Rewind. Come on.
Why?
What? So you can pause and think about
You want
what
to go
do
back?
next.
Go back away from 20 years? Why would you do that?
I mean, I won't go back that far. But you'd be like, you know,
Something
what I mean?
you tripped.
Yeah,
and you're like,
Oh no!
rewind.
Rewind. Let's just step. Let's not do that crowd jump.
Oh, okay.
So you just
Small rewind.
Yes.
You know that last shot of tequila they gave you, which you shouldn't have taken.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Rewind.
I hate that you've used that example because now that has to be the right answer.
Since you just took one.
He's lying. He's lying.
Me? Never.
Never.
Innocent
So
man
Mark,
like
you
that.
rewind as well?
Rewind, like Mr. DJ used to say. Rewind.
Okay, I think, I guess it makes sense. I mean, why would anyone want to pause?
Like someone
Just-
asks you a question, you pause and first research.
Yeah, maybe.
Make a research.
Yeah. Or you just pause and slap the and you continue. It's already invented. You're like, what the
You're
the guy
good.
said to
You're
you.
good.
Then you pause. You're like, then he continues and he's like,
I'm
anyway,
feeling a
I'm
little
breaking
bit
up
of.
with you. He breaks up with you, but he received something. But it's not on record.
That's such a. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, next question. Would you rather be able to travel everywhere for free or be able to eat everywhere for free?
Bruv. Wow. You are evil. Damn, because you know how
Travel is great, and then she went for food.
I can get a Rolex anytime I want.
Anytime, anywhere. You can get anything, anytime, anywhere to eat.
I see the boss man at Nihati is here. Can I please have some spicy chicken wings?
I'm going to say travel everywhere just because I'm an artist. And we need to make Uganda international. So I'm representing for my people. The new Mr. Soyuji. Get the gospel to the world. It's me, Mr. Soyuji. Bet you never had that one before.
You know, I like to come up with new ideas.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to make t-shirts and stuff. You watch. It's going to be big. You watch. Yes.
Mark, travel anywhere or eat anywhere.
Whoa. So, you see, it was difficult. First wait.
You're like,
Damzy, first wait, I swear.
Okay.
It was going to be difficult at first. Then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? You can figure out the food. The traveling everywhere for free. Yeah. If you said, let me figure out one of them for myself. The traveling everywhere or the eating? Listen, it's easier to figure out the eating. So, travel everywhere it is. I mean, let's go and see a little bit of people in a little bit of other countries.
Yeah, who wants to overeat?
I mean,
just...
I don't think it's about overeating, but yeah, okay.
Free food is...
Free food, bruh. Let me tell you, free food tastes different. Okay? When you're not paying for the food, you say, ooh, this is just the most wonderful burger I ever ate.
2 more, please.
She literally said that last week.
I love 2 more.
It's like, Mark, that burger was even more amazing.
It really was. It really was.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I would also travel everywhere for free, anywhere for free.
Yeah, so.
I think travel teaches you a lot about life. It opens up your mind. So which food will, I guess, just give you more calories and, you know.
Kill you earlier.
Is that okay? You go kill me, yo. Is that the last question? Are we survived?
Let me see if I have one more.
Evil.
I thought we'd survived.
The evil in that
Would
last
you
one.
rather have no Wi-Fi or no music?
Wi-Fi, bye. Wi-Fi.
That was easy.
Wi-Fi.
No music.
What are we talking about? Like,
No music. We're not even here.
No music. We wouldn't be seated here without the music.
Our lovely constituents. But now, remember content.
Yeah, let me say, you have to kind of think about that in this new era.
MBs.
Listen, in this new era, in this new life and world that we live in, I don't want you to think about it in the sense of just existing in your house. Like everything. No Wi-Fi means,
Emails.
literally nothing else.
MBs.
You have to go to like a
You didn't say no internet.
Yes.
You said Wi-Fi.
So no Wi-Fi, but internet's there. So you get hardlines.
Technicalities.
Of course, that is what we chose.
Technicalities.
Remember the ones that used to walk.
When you slide the guy back.
That's even before the 20 years of Navio.
Yes. Surprisingly.
But guys, we've come to the end of our program today. But see you.
Wait, Mark. Before you end, I would like to ask Navio to talk to the people.
Yes.
Again, one last time before we close this episode. Tell them about the show,
Yes. Well, September 2nd, it's going down. 2023. September 2nd. It's the combination of 20 years of songs, 20 years of collabos, 20 years of touring, 20 years of blood, sweat, and tears, 20 years of pain, 20 years of joy, 20 years of stages, 20 years of late nights, 20 years of mixing, mastering, 20 years of 10 albums put together for the people. It's 20 years of me being neighborhood Navio, and it's going down at Sheraton Gardens on the 2nd. We're going to be taking music to a new level. We're going to be taking shows to a new level. So I'm really excited to get out there and put on my best performance. So yeah, man, come through, guys. It's going to be a bad one. Yeah. Star 291 hash. They'll blip that out if I can't say it. Get your tickets right now. 20K, 50K, 3M. Maybe I'm doing too much. Okay. You guys, please make sure you guys come through to the show, man. It's a bad thing. 20 years of Navio. We'll see you guys there. Sheraton Gardens on the 2nd.
Nice. Mark, now you can close.
Hey. Well, on that note, see you.
Episode 9.
No, thank you for coming through. Episode 9, we're done. We're done, Diddy.
Episode 9.
Let's
What
get-
happened to episode 1? You guys think of me 8 weeks? Okay. You know what? we all let it slide.